Hello! Is this weird or what? Hi, I'm trying a new angle today and I didn't fully figure out my other webcam. Let me see if I can get my webcam up and running. 1 second. Here's some sketchbook until I do. Wow. Hi, how are you? How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. Let me see here if I can switch this out for... I think that's the right one. Oh, hey. Different angle. Do you like the microphone right here? Hi. Oh wow, that's really off for you guys. And my oven's preheated. Okay, so a lot of stuff is going on all at once. Do you guys want to see me poke dimples in focaccia? Because that's what I'm doing right now. Do you like the chaos? Okay, so let's get that out of here. Let's kind of, yeah. Hi. Is the audio on? I think it is. Okay, good. Hi, Jessica's in there. Hi, new angle. Ooh, new angle goofing. New boot goofing, you know? Extreme close-up, says Kendall. You know, I just really wanted you to see all of my pores and up my nose. So, you're welcome. Dark Hour is saying everywhere all at once. Yeah, exactly. All of it, all the time. Hi. I wasn't here yesterday. I'm here today, and proper amount of chaos. Just look at this. There's so much stuff going on. So, what I wanted to do today, let's just calm down for a second. Okay. What I wanted to do today was paint some envelopes with you for Patreon. This is something that I do regularly. These are our plain craft envelopes. And what I like to do is use some white ink, put it on here, send it out. So I drew out a few sketches. I kind of am on this kick of Lunar New Year still. So I've got a lot of animals, of course, but the bunnies. The bunnies were a recurring theme, and I really like the idea of a bunny jumping over the moon and having like foliage / hills or something in the background, and then we have some, sorry, it's getting all blurry, stars and clouds and such. I thought that would be very cute. And of course, a long flowing scarf. So I think that's what I'm going to do as my final design, but let me know if you prefer All Hail the Raccoon God or Fishy Fishy Swimmy Swimmy. Let's see. Dark Hour says, oh my, ASMR Anna. Then today we're going to do something. I don't know what ASMR is actually like, honestly. Kendall says, this is reminding me I should work on thank you notes for holiday gifts I got last month. That's very sweet of you. You are extra. You are doing the good work. I know that so many people would like appreciate thank you cards, but to actually like make and put together, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. That's why I prefer opening in front of the person and just saying thank you in person. Because then it's like completed transaction, right? But not transactional. I don't like gifts and like friendship being transactional, but you get what I mean. Kendall says, pulls out gouache and water. Heck yeah! Let's do some art together. I'll body double for you. Yes. Who you fighting? Alessandra says, ooh, love the setup, Anna. Thank you. I'm going to try to figure out how to get both cams going at once for a second, so bear with me. The other thing I'm going to do... Oh, that's janky. Which scene am I even in? Let's see. I may just switch. Is this the one that I usually use? It's so weird because I came in here and I was all, you know, chaotic and such, but then I like lost all memory of how I do any of this. I streamed last week. Why is my brain blank? Sorry, chaos. Okay, so in this one, I'm just going to, let's turn that off. Let's, okay, so this camera is gonna go, can you guys even hear me? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. So instead of the Cintiq screen, oh wait, don't look at my screen. Let's see, not that, cancel. Sorry, one sec. I'm going to add camera. This is very professional. I hope Adobe Live is simulcasting this. Video capture device. Let's see if this is the right one. Well, this is the right one for down here. Hi! Y'all see? This is your test to see if you know OBS. I hope you studied. I didn't. Can I copy your notes? Okay, and then, what do we need? Oh, that's that. Okay. Okay. That's that cam. This one, I'm going to set to cam link. Okay. And now, oh my gosh, look at that. Wait, they're both. I switched it. Okay, so I need to make a new one. Delete this one. Delete. D-Ross the thing. Thank you for your kindness. Hey, thank you for your kindness. Kendall says, lol, BTS of Extreme Chaos. Yes, Dark Hour says, you know, this is the BTS that we love. Hi. Okay, so this one I want to keep. This is going to be the background, so I can put it down here. Zoop. Right? Stay there. Nope, I got rid of it because it went into a folder. Come on. Just go between things. There we go. I have to say, though, OBS made it so much easier to do all of this because now they have Control Z. I'm so grateful. Thank you, OBS. So update your OBS if you don't have that. Okay, so I'm just going to add one more video capture device. This is going to be webcam. Beep. And then we can hook up my pro webcam. Ugh. And here I am. Oh my gosh, it only took 10 hours. Yay, good job us. Okay, we did it. I'm so glad this is recorded for posterity. So, hey, Replay Land, what's up? Thanks for being here. Okay, so Dark Hour says OBS has Control Z now. Okay, that's it. I'm going back to streaming. Please do. Seriously, you gotta. You gotta. Okay, so this angle is a little tilted. I wonder if I should mess with the camera or mess with the... I can't mess with the camera too much or else everything's gonna fall. Okay, so we're gonna paint here and then I will show you as we paint. Like, wow, look at that. Whoa, whoa. As an example, I can show you, oh, this is an old envelope that I keep meaning to send to my parents full of goodies and I haven't yet. So, hey, Mom and Dad. This is coming to you someday. All right, but more chaos, more chaos. What am I going to do first? I'm going to bring Focaccia over here and I'm going to dimple it and put it in the oven. That's how we roll. Okay, so here's water for painting. Real quick, I just need to do, okay, so it's going to go in the oven for 25 minutes or until golden all around. Okay, I've got it preheated to 425, so what I'm going to do is bring it over here, show you guys the lovely dimpling footage, and then sprinkle salt on top, put it in the oven, wash my hands, come back. Well, I'm going to wash my hands before doing any of this, so it's going to be a second. Jessica T says, ooh, food stream. This is unique, you know? Kendall says, this is going along with my new mantra, found via TikTok. Done is good, good is extra. So yay, Anna, for figuring out setups. Exactly. Okay, we're just doing what we can. Welcome to my brain. Dark Hour says, for a second I thought that the water was for drinking and my brain went, honey, do you think this looks like drinking water? Oh, look at the caked on paint. It's so good. So good. My drinking water's over here. I should grab that. But anyways, watch that beautiful beam footage. I'll be right back. Washy, 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 washy the hands. Washy, washy, washy. That's your fellow life. Okay. This over here. That is looking great. I'm so excited. Oh yeah. All right. All right. Everyone appreciate that dough. I mean, look at that. Oh yeah. In 25 minutes, it's gonna be all crispy and great. I've got my oil here. Yes, next to all my painting stuff. It's weird. Here we go. All right, and now we've got some coarse salt. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do I mean, I just touched my mouse with this hand, so it's not super clean, but this is gonna bake anyway, okay? It's gonna bake out. Okay, so I'm gonna put some olive oil. Well, it's already got plenty, but I'm just gonna put a little bit more on top. And then, here we go. Dark Hour says, hydrate besties. Very true. Okay, so I'm going to, well, first like oil my fingers up a little bit. Oh my gosh, they're so gooey. All right, so oiled and clean hands. And then what you do is you put your fingers as deep in as you can get. Oh, I need more oil on my fingers. There we go. So this dimpling is, I don't know exactly what it does for focaccia, honestly, but it's like quintessential focaccia. You gotta dimple. Doop, doop, doop. Okay. If I was really extra, like Kendall was saying, I would go out and get some rosemary, but I'm not that extra right now. I'm just done. So what I'm gonna do is wash my hands, then sprinkle salt. Whoop. Rinsey, rinsey, rinsey. Look at that dough. Rinsey, rinsey, rinsey. Wow, oil is oily. Oily, oily, all right. Okay, okay. Salt. Salt Bay, coming in hot. Okay, so we've got salt falling off from the top. This is just some coarse sea salt, I believe. This isn't even the original salt that was in the package. It's from a bigger package, so, you know, reuse your packaging. Alright, so I'm gonna put some, oh my gosh, a lot in my hand. And then just liberally sprinkle, because we like it salty in this house. Hypertension be damned. I would love if we had any cherry tomatoes. I would have them and put them all over the top of this. That would be delicious. You know, baking is art too, so this totally belongs on Behance, right? Okay, here we go. Rin says, cooking. All right, so last look at this guy before he goes in the oven. Name him. All right, to the oven we go. Yeah. 25 minutes. Put it on the clock. Last wash. And we're back. Put the oil to the side. Get them headphones on. Let's paint. Actually, let's set a timer real quick. Rin says, pan, evac, pain. What does that mean? Something about bread. Okay, so. Do. Timer, 25 minutes. Done. All right, so at 3:40, let's take it out of the oven and see what we made. What we hath wrought. Dark Hour says, Bradley, for sure. Bradley the bread. I like it. Kendall says, yay, bread. Who's texting me? Corinne. All right, mute that. Love you, Corinne. Rin says, pan with bread loosely. Oh, okay. Pan avec pain. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it. Obviously not, because I said it. All right, thank you so much for sticking through all that. I think Jeffrey Sturm says it best. These Adobe After Effects look so real. Honestly, it's very lifelike. I can't believe they've gotten so advanced. Let's paint some envelopes. Okay. I'm gonna grab my favorite brushes, which seem to be these Palo Alto Art Center round brushes, I want to say they are. I really like them. Then all it is some white ink and some water and a good old used paper towel, you know? Again, reuse everything. Water. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Now I can really breathe. So let's jump into painting. I think what we're going to start with again, this is the design. Loosely, like one of these bottom two, I think is kind of what we're going for. I like on the right one how the whatever you would call this, like mountain or horizon line is kind of curving with the design rather than just being flat across. So that's the goal. I really love the whoop of the bunny, but we might want to zero in on the bunny design a little bit more. Actually, yeah, I'm going to sketch that first just to make sure I know what it is in my mind. The thing is with these envelopes, what I usually do is make a few that are like the first pancakes and are really like, they're not my favorite ones. But then by the end, I get the groove of it and it feels like, yeah, that's what I wanted all along. Okay, so bunny, I want to have this curve. Can you guys see what I'm drawing? So I want this curve and I want a head. And then I want the legs to be really simple, like not, you know, we're not going for anatomical detail, obviously, because this is going to be just white ink. So what I'm thinking of is graphic shapes. So I'm thinking, I might want more curvy, like more exaggerated like that. Do I want the width of the body to be parallel lines or should they taper at all? That's a question. I think for now I want them parallel. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a few iterations while painting. I want the tail to be like the small to the head's big. Like the head is going to be the biggest circle on the body. And then we've got these two ears that are coming off. I think they'll be kind of ish long, but if I put it too close to the top of the envelope, then they'll get cut off. So that's just kind of like you learn as you go kind of thing. I'm gonna leave a empty spot where the eye is gonna be, so gotta plan for that. And then the big thing that I need to plan for is the what do you call it? Scarf. Wow, words. So for the scarf, what I want to do, I think, is just leave it brown. Like it's not going to be white at all around the neck. So it's just going to have an outline of white. And we'll do, it's just going to butt up against this circle. Sorry, you can't see. The circle of white of the head. And then the body is going to be white. And then this will just be line of white. And then we can draw with our lovely white gel pens that Rin actually gifted me. Thank you, Rin. We can do an outline of a scarf that flies out behind. And then all the rest of it's pretty straightforward stuff I've done before. It's just the bunny that becomes kind of an issue. Not an issue. A fun design challenge, you know? And then the other question that I have is the head going to have any kind of profile detail of like a nose or muzzle kind of area? So I think if I do anything, I might just do, no. I'm gonna head. If I do like a line insert, then that's going to take even more thought of where I don't paint the white. Because again, this whole part is going to be filled in with white. So the only detail that I really get is in the negative space of the brown of the paper. So I have to plan out like, don't paint white here, don't paint white here for an eye and a nose. So if I can just, maybe for the bunny face, I do like a little, whoop, like a little muzzle. That would be the scarf going off. Does that look cuter? Do you like the muzzle pouch or do you like the just like rounded? I'm a bunny with a round face. Because I mean, you're going to get that it's bunny or rabbit with the ears. Obviously, the ears do a lot of heavy lifting for the understanding of the shapes. However, what's cuter? The muzzle or just the round? I like them both, so you tell me. D. Ross says advanced. It is very advanced over here. You know how we do. Also, Canadian Pulse over on YouTube says first here. Thank you for being here. We're live on YouTube, right? It still shows the opening screen. That's weird. Anyways, I see us on Behance, so that's cool. Kendall says I love either direction. Also, this is me trying to remind myself not to go back to drawing my digital art of Lunar New Year rabbit because I already got the gouache out. Just please gouache it up. I want you to use gouache today. That would be lovely. Deer says your drawings are so pretty. Thank you so much. You know, we're trying. Oh yeah, the hands, by the way, this is very not my favorite. Because I was the other night I was just kind of like, you know, I haven't practiced drawing something from life in a while, and so I decided hands, and it just took me instantly back to high school where I'm like, oh my gosh, have I completely degraded in my skills as an artist? And it's like, okay, draw a few hands. Of course you're rusty at it. It's just like going back to figure drawing. You're really rusty at it at the beginning, but you get the hang of it over time. Like, oh yeah, I like to define shapes. Oh yeah, I can block it out before laying in the details and all this stuff. And like, It's just so funny how you can regress so easily and then also progress back to where you were so easily. So these are by no means like my skill level as an artist, in my mind at least. But I am really glad that I am doing that kind of stuff now. I want to like get back into studying more regularly, because I do think that even if I'm not drawing hands like that, even if I'm not going for anatomical reality, having that in your brain actively is kind of like, I don't know, having the times tables. Like, you don't have to necessarily have that in your brain all the time, but when you have it fresh, it makes the test easier. So if I'm doing a book and I need to like refresh myself on the anatomy of something or whatever, it will make me a better artist. Just kind of like how looking up reference will always help a drawing, no matter what. Even if the reference isn't like the best or exactly what you thought it would be or whatever, it will always make it stronger in some way. Okay, I'm going to start with the moon and then work my way out. Maybe leaving the bunny for last on the first one just so I can warm up a little bit. I'm gonna get my brush a little wet just to wake up the bristles. I'm getting to the bottom of my pot of the white ink, so we're at the dregs, baby. But that means that it's very, what do you call it? Potent, opaque. Okay, so I'm gonna try like this. It's funny because my last envelope actually, I had a moon on it as well, but I put the moon the other way. I had it facing like that instead of like that. I don't know what makes the difference in my mind, but there you go. Which way does the moon face when it's doing that? I guess it depends on waxing and waning, right? Is that the answer? I don't know enough about the moon, clearly. You know, the other day, James and I were quizzing each other on the planets, if we could name them all in order. And I'm like, I know all the planets, but honestly, the order eluded me a bit. I know the first ones very quickly. I'm like, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. But then after that, I'm like, is it Jupiter or Saturn? And so if you guys don't have a mnemonic device, we came up with one, if you want to hear it. But first, quiz. Do you know your planets in order? Annika's here. Hello, Annika. How are you? Welcome to my world. Kendall says, I had a thought process earlier today. I was trying to come up with an idea for Patreon themes, and I was so stuck because I haven't drawn for myself in a while, haven't practiced my imagination for myself in a bit. This is a perfect excuse to do that. I love that. Do it. Just create for you and see what comes up. Do not pressure yourself to be one thing or another. Annika says, what are we drawing today, baby? We are painting envelopes, and they're Lunar New Year themed. So kind of bunny landscape-ish. I'm thinking night scene because there's a moon. But you could also take it just to be symbolic of Lunar New Year's. Perhaps, perhaps. How are you doing, Annika? I saw that it was snowing where you were. That's exciting. But also, you were saying not what you exactly wanted. Which, sorry if that's puts a damper on anything you were planning. But also, how exciting just to be somewhere in the world. It looks like a cityscape. If you aren't following Annika on socials, you absolutely should. Obviously, for artwork and creative process and videos, you're busting them out. But also, just to see where you are in the world. It's fun to keep up. Okay, so we've got this kind of curved, I mean, I could curve it more, kind of re-emphasize that. Got a curve of the horizon line going on, which could kind of be like a cloudscape in your mind, or it could be a horizon line. I do like putting little clouds. They just make things so dreamy. Zhoop. And then some stars and stuff. I want these clouds to be kind of calm. Sometimes I can do ones that are like swooshed to the side where it's like, whoa, they're being dragged by the wind or something. But not always. I kind of like the calm ones as well. Like they've just been chilling out tonight. All right, and then we have, of course, I'm very messy on my desk, so don't worry about me getting anything on it. The bunny is going to fit over the moon. The bunny jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Ooh, cool. Annika says, yes, I'm downtown. Definitely very city. Very city. Our high school mnemonic used to be my very elegant mother just showed us 9 planets. That's pretty cute. Annika says, but that's obviously not true anymore. Poor Pluto. Alessandra says, yeah, it was rain, snow, then rain again, and I think it will snow again. Lol. Oh my gosh, you've gotten everything, Alessandra. Just every single thing you could possibly get. What was I gonna say? Oh, the mnemonic that we came up with was move major sun. MVE, Mercury, Venus, Earth. Was it major? I think it was major. Because it's Mars, Jupiter, and then Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Move major sun. It's really not a good one, apparently. But anyways, it made me happy to have something to remember again. So I remember it. All right, I'm going to make the bod of the bun. I'm going to make it a little lower on this side. But yeah, I love mnemonic devices of all types. Honestly, I think they're such a more fun way, a funner way to remember things. In school, I had one teacher who taught me math where she would sing songs to remember formulas and such. That was the only time I've ever really like latched onto math. And it was because it was songs. It's like, yes, my brain can work with this. Thank you, teacher. She was also really fun, so appreciate. Okay, so now comes the part of the scarf. I'm just gonna go zoop zoop. In future ones, I think what I'd want to do is create more of a negative space down here instead of curving all the way. By the way, fun fact, did you guys know that bunnies have no pads on their feet? They are just fur. Isn't that fantastic? I'm just gonna do a round face on this one. And then we're gonna do a big eye, and if we need to make it smaller, we can. That's one thing I've learned about using negative space is give yourself more room and then dial it in later so that you could just have that flexibility. And then again, like I was predicting in the sketch, we're a little bit close to the edge of the envelope, so the ears are just gonna have to work with it. And then we can bust out our white gel pen and draw the rest of the scarf going back. This is a fine first try. I don't think it's bad by any means, but we can probably do better. Oh, and then the bane of my existence / my greatest joy. Painting stars. I love the way that stars look, but sometimes they can be a pain in the butt to get the shape to read, just because the brush is blobby and the stars are sharp. How is our focaccia doing? We've got 9 minutes left. Oh my gosh. Are you guys ready? Dark Hour says, haha, I also saw that tweet, Anna. I want them to have toe beans so badly. Well, you know, uniqueness. So many creatures have toe beans. We can celebrate their toe beans. But little bunnies, so good. So good just being fluff. It's funny because it was, yeah, a tweet form that I saw it in, and then James, I told him it as like a fact, and then he was like, no, they just look like they're covered in fur. You just can't see it underneath. So I had to Google it, and they were like, in fact, bunnies do not have toe beans. I was like, haha, Twitter didn't lie today. This is a little rough, so I'm just gonna zoop. No roughness here. I would rather have a weird looking moon than a rough edge, honestly. Okay, so let's put a few stars in here, and we don't have to go crazy with the stars, even though I always do. That's just me. See how it just naturally gets bigger and bigger because you're trying to make the little dinks sharper? Little dinks. Little dinks. Does not have to be perfect, and it isn't. But that's okay. Another thing is the choice of stars to either be starry like these, or it's like a kind of shape, or if it is just a dot, which I love mixing those two. So we can do all the things. We can do anything. Everything, everything. Let's do it all. Okay, that was a smooth star. Good job, Anna. Thank you. Smooth, baby. Okay, so since the scarf is going to trail off over here, I'm just going to call it good with those big boys, and then I'm going to dot around some little guys. Beep bop boop boop beep boop bop beep 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 boop bop boop 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 boop. Okay, there we go. Boop bop beep 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 boop 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 bop beep boop 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 boop. Okay, there we go. This is me lovingly creating envelopes for Patreon. So if you're a patron, just know, lovingly created with noises of all kinds. All right, so here's my white gel pen. Let's see how well it gels today. I'm gonna try connecting this line. All right, pretty good, pretty good. Zoop. Let's go like that. Oh yeah, look at that fine line. So fine. Much line. Okay, I think I want this part to go down a little bit, a little thickness there, and then we're gonna have it turn, and then come out again like that. Beautiful! Look at that little scarf on that little bunny. Gorgeous. Alright, so we can do better for a second try, I'm sure, but for now, not too shabby. Let's fill in some of these gaps though. I want like just a little bit more. Choop, 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 choop. Choop, 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 choop. Choop. Oh, I smudged it. Smudge you later. It's okay. Envelope number 1. Wow. I think another thing I want to do is zhuzh our whole bunny a little bit forward, because right now it feels like he's a little set back. And then I probably will put the moon slightly lower as well. Maybe a little smaller. Oh, thank you, Kendall, for linking to my Patreon. That's very sweet. And Rin says, Anna, would it be off topic to ask you if you have experience with oil paints? I am tasked with purchasing between a couple of brands, but I am unfamiliar with them and indecisive. So let's talk about oil paints. I'm going to bust out the ones that I have because they are my tried and true. Because they are water-based oil paints. Like, what the heck? Watch me go into my lair. These are the ones. Ooh, there you are. So they're called Winsor Newton Artisan Water Mixable Oil Colors. Now, these, I have always loved the painting experience with them, but the biggest thing about them, and is not necessarily that they're like, oh my gosh, I've tried a million paints and these are the best ones. No, I've tried very few paints, honestly. The thing is the water mixable. So with oil paints, usually what you get is you have to mix it, or like wash your brushes off with mineral spirits or something. It's like highly toxic crap that you have to wash your brushes in. It's not water. With this stuff, all you gotta use is water. I don't want to have flammable, toxic chemicals hanging around my place. I just don't like it. So that's my deal. Now, saying that, I know that paints are often made with toxic materials regardless. So titanium white, titanium stuff, it's all weird. That Secret Life of Colors books really opened up my eyes to how toxic things are. But also, yeah, I would highly recommend water mixable. That's just me though. I've never had a problem with the colors or any kind of mixing of like, there's no downside to me basically. But I am, again, not a connoisseur of fine oil paints where it's just like, oh, it spreads like butter and reacts like this and all that stuff. These do take forever to dry, just like oil paints do usually, because if you don't know, sometimes oil paints are actually forbidden from certain school atmospheres because they take a month to several months to dry. And if that oil paint gets on somebody's shoe and they track it around the hallways and then somebody else's shoe tracks that, it's like it's wet forever and it can get everywhere. So yeah, just know that. It's real fun. Let's see here. Annika says, OMG, Anna doesn't smash her brush like Bob Ross. No, I'm not into that. I like water. Rin says, Gamsol is the solvent that's been used and has been deemed safe. Okay, excellent. So that is awesome. Yeah. Dark Hour says, yeah, no thanks to turpentine. There we go. So Gamsol, apparently, if that is safe, that's awesome. I still would rather be able to use water just for it to be like easily washable instead of, oh, I'm getting this weird substance all over my whatever when I'm trying to wash it out. Also, is that like safe to put down the drain? I don't even know. A lot of paint stuff is problematic when it comes to cleaning in a environmentally safe way. I mean, I still hate having like acrylics and stuff because that's essentially when it hardens and cures, it is plastic, and that just, it sucks to spread that around in the world. But that is the options that we're given, man. Kendall says, lol, mine are downstairs in the cold. I miss painting, but I don't have the ventilation. Also, I'm allergic to natural solvent. That sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Rin says, ooh, I have that book in my bag with me now. That's awesome. The Dark Hour says that book rocked my world. Truly. Everybody was just changed by it. Alessandra says, what was the name of the book? Secret Life, or yeah, The Secret Life of Colors, I believe it is. Or is it The Secret World of Colors? Oh golly, I'm forgetting. Kendall says, that's how they date some old art. Poke some of the oil paint blobs that never dried and date the pigment. That's amazing. So that's one reason to get real thick paint, because then they're going to be testing it for, you know, ever. Oh, man. Rin says, I think we have a special space to dispose of the Gamsol. Awesome. Dark Hour says, OMG, is painting canceled? I hope not. The Secret Lives of Colors. Thank you, Rin. But yeah, is painting canceled? As with everything sustainability wise, I think what we should do is work towards better, and always just look for alternatives when we can, but don't let it stop you from living your life, because man, we could just stop in our tracks if everything we did had to be completely sustainable. There's nothing in our lives that is. D says there should be solvent free and clean paint. Yes, I agree. Well, we can go to the art store and get the stuff that's safe for kids. And that's all. Annika says, Anna, are you delivering cross countries like your print? Spooky Parade print. That one, it's so hard to ship it. It's usually not worth the shipping. Oh golly, my foot itches. Across country lines. I know you're in Canada, so the Canada thing is customs. Oh, my timer's going off. I have to check the focaccia. Okay, are you guys ready for this? I'm gonna have to clear this out a little bit because it's gonna be hot, and I want to show you on camera. Okay, I'll be right back. False alarm. It's not quite ready yet. But it will be in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna I'm gonna set another alarm. Zoop. I'm gonna do 7 minutes. Okay, sound good? But anyways, yeah, so we were talking about focaccia, obviously. Jessica T says focaccia reveal soon. It has to be perfectly golden brown for you guys to see. Let's see here. Annika says, you just have to come here and bring it then. Frowny face. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see. Kendall says, I was a palette knife lover. My oil paintings are just globs. That is awesome. I love a good mark making. Oh, texture. It's so good. Let's see. Ooh, Rin says it's going well. Apparently, I made the dean's list for having a 3.92 GPA last semester. I didn't know this list existed. Didn't even know you were in the race that you won. You're so cool. That is awesome. Congratulations. Everybody claps for Rin. Yay! Also, so our instructor wants us to have either Gamblin or Utrecht oil paint. It looks like Utrecht might be maybe more toxic. One thing to just keep in mind for all paint and all things that you can really help about getting on yourself is just try to clean your hands as soon as you can when you have it on there, and don't imbibe any of it. I have a horrible habit of putting paintbrushes in my mouth, especially when that was paintbrushes in my mouth, if you can hear. But especially when I'm like, oh, I have things that I need to hold in like multiple dealios and I don't have enough hands, then I just, and sometimes there's stuff on there. So you just got to be as careful as you can. And if you get anything in your mouth, spit it out, get it out with everything, not Gamsol, with water. Okay, let's get to the next one. We can do it before the timer goes off. That's what I'm betting. Okay, so we're looking at this one and we're going to keep it propped up. Come on, help me out, plant. Okay, so a little bit lower of a moon. I think also a little bit smaller. Zhoop. Oh, I made it bigger. Never mind. You know, circles are hard, so I just give myself a pass. Zhoop, zhoop. It's kind of like a cranky moon. That's what I feel like with this one. It's got jowls. It's kind of mean. Whoa, whoa, what's happening? Okay, there we go. Cranky moon. Do you like it? C for cranky. And then we're going to zhoop, zhoop. Like that. Fill in the corner. Just making sure it's on camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. Zhoop, zhoop. And then the other side is going to be zhoop. I want varying sides, but to feel cohesive, especially with the balance. Whenever you do something on one side, try to balance it out with the other. And that's just a visual thing of like, what is balance? I feel like it's probably one of the hardest terms to define. You gotta feel it. Oh, Annika's asking, how's Anthony? Anthony is doing quite well. He is taking some time off of work right now, which we love for him. He did a massive project that took him since September to December, so I'd say very, very earned break. Not that you have to earn your breaks, but, you know, for him, he was overworked. And other than that, let's see. I mean, he's usually trying to find his creative, like, outlet. So at the moment, he's going to be exploring that, which is very exciting. If you don't know, Anthony is my best friend and also was co-host of this stream for a very long time. So a lot of you know him. But yeah, he's still around. He's still good. So don't feel like, you know, he's gone or anything like that. Like he's still here in many ways. I sent him an email today to, he's helping me proofread an email, which, by the way, I should talk to you guys about. So I have a book coming out on February 7th called Not a Book About Bunnies. I illustrated it last year, which is so funny that I'm drawing bunnies today. Oh my gosh, I just realized. But what I was going to say is I have been trying to get my butt in gear with getting together a launch team, which if you don't know, there is this thing in book marketing where like if you can get people together to read the book and then leave reviews for it, it can really help boost the visibility of the book overall, because more reviews equals just more attention, basically. And that means that launch teams are a thing. Launch teams are a group of people who just want to support the creator and will leave reviews. Not that they have to like leave a 5-star or whatever, just a review in general. So what I'm doing is trying to send out an email to everybody that I think would love to just support me and review the book. And so I was wondering if anybody here wants to be a part of that launch team. If you can send me an email, I will send you the launch team email in response so that you can be involved in this. And it comes with absolutely zero responsibility. If you're just curious what it looks like to like do this, like you want to market your book someday, then just send me an email and I'll send it back to you. No expectation. Whoa, that was a loud noise. Where did it come from? Oh, I need to mute Discord. Sorry for that. That was really loud. So yeah, send me an email at annadaviscourt@gmail.com if you feel like you want to be a part of that in any way. And I should have those emails out very soon. I sent it to Anthony to proofread, and so yeah, he's going to be helping me make it the best email it can be. And I keep feeling like I'm putting way too many disclaimers in it where I'm like, no pressure at all. You don't have to do anything. Feel free to ignore this message. Because, like, I don't want people to feel pressured, but I know that it's also a little over the top when you're like, it's okay. You can hate me. It's fine. You know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna bunny head it. Woo, this is a big bunny. I feel like he doesn't have as good of a shape as the last one, which again, totally fine. But we can learn from it for the next one. Whoop. Like, look at that weird little arm. That's a weird arm. I should work on that. It's so funny because sometimes... Oh, the timer went off. Alright, I'm gonna leave it for one more minute while I paint the face. It's funny that sometimes with even just really basic shapes, it feels like it can go off the rails. I guess with basic shapes, the more pressure is put on them being clean. So if you're painting and you don't have exactly clean shapes, then it can be like, whoa, oh, whoa, a little too loosey-goosey, weren't you? Now the ears are really squished in this one, but that's fine. All right, here's where we're leaving it for a second while we go get the focaccia. Focaccia for your mama. Dee says, we'll email to send request formally. Thank you so much. You guys are so cute. Oh gosh, I'm going to be inundated with emails. It will be in the next few days, so I hope you don't expect it immediately, but thank you so much for the interest. I really appreciate it. And replay landers, feel free as well. It doesn't have to be necessarily right before the 7th that you leave a review. Sometimes actually with Amazon, I think you can't leave a review until it's released. So it would be after the 7th that you can review it on that, which Amazon is the big one. It's like the really helpful one to get noticed is on Amazon. But anyways, I'm going to go grab the focaccia. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. All right, here it is. Oh, look at that lighting across it. Da 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 da. It would look so good with some tomatoes on top of it. Oh my gosh. Anyways, can you smell it? Do you want to smell? Oh yeah, that's good. Wait, can you actually see in focus? There we go. Oh yeah. I mean, that's very cool lighting, but yum, bubblicious. Focaccia, gonna get focaccia. It's gonna be great. Rin says teleports to Anna's to eat some. I'll have to make some for you, Rin. It's also really easy. I love making focaccia because it's literally like mix it, put it in the fridge. Next day, you just set it out for a while and then cook it. It's great. Let's see. Kendall says, I just had a launch book group. I don't know if Anna has a proper name though. Oh, I just said I had a launch book group. Yeah, totally. Should I make a Discord channel for it? I don't know if that's a thing. But yeah. Rin says, if you find stray green hairs in a slice of it missing, wasn't me. The green hair tells all. I don't know anyone else with green hair, honestly. So, Rin, you're very unique. Kendall says, tasty. I want to eat that bread. It smells really good right now, honestly. This one I made with yeast, active dry yeast. However, the one before it, I think I've actually made with sourdough starter. And that was a very different experience. Not bad at all by any means, but much more dense and a bit chewier instead of the like crusty, crisp, fluffy. It was just like a little bit more hefty. Hefty. All right, let's put a long, luxurious swipe on the page. And then we do a swoop. Oh, whoops, I went into it a little bit too much. That's fine. I'm getting emails in. Thank you, y'all. I'm going to be distracted the rest of the stream. Like, oh my gosh. Email. But But seriously, thank you guys. And again, there is absolutely no pressure to be involved at all. Even when I send you the email, you can just be like, ignore. So no worries there. But I figured I'd mention it just so people could, if they want to, be a part of something like this. And I also feel like it's just a unique experience. I have a friend who actually already ordered the book and got it. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know they were going to be sent out right now because they're not officially released. They're like for pre-order. But anyways, the thing is, I was like, oh yeah, the marketing team would really love it if you left a review. And she was like, oh yeah, where can I do that? I'm like, even if she didn't leave a review, I feel like this is good information. I would have wanted earlier as well. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Emails, I see them. But anyways, the idea of it being just educational for other children's book creators, that if you don't know what the marketing side of things look like, I had no idea before this. It's a little, lesson in that. Cool. Also, I see Jake Green in the chat. What's up, Jake? First contact. Oh my god, everybody's like, Jake. Oh my gosh, I love it. You guys are so cute. Jake says, you are also the best. Everybody's just the best. Jake says, Kendall, another best. Oh my gosh, everybody's the best. I love it. Rin says, I was would very much like to be a part of this. I would love to help out however I can. Rin, you're so sweet. Jake says, I'm okay. Thanks for asking, Rin. D says, gnarly. Gnarly to what? It's like, gnarly, brah. Yeah. Email has been sent. Yay, you guys are so sweet. Jake, we were talking about being part of a launch team for the book that I'm working on. If you send me an email saying you want to be part of the launch team, then I will send you an email about what it means to be a launch team member, which is just basically reading the book and then reviewing it. The book that I work on last year, it's called Not a Book About Bunnies, which is very ironic because I am painting a bunny today. And yeah, all reviews are welcome. Do not feel pressured to give a 5-star or anything like that. But thank you for being a part of it, because seriously, it just helps to get attention on it. And we're hoping that this is going to be a really successful book. So we will see. But it's also a very good learning experience, I think, for everyone involved to figure out what grabs people's attention and what doesn't. And marketing in general is just a whole weird thing. So it's interesting to see from the inside. At least for me, I've never really been, I've never been on a marketing team or anything. However, when I was an Adobe Creative Resident, it was very interesting to see the brains behind a lot of the different tech's marketing side. They're just lovely people. I've gained such an appreciation, especially for people who run social media accounts for big companies. It's not an easy thing to do, and no matter what, it's like you get hate online. And just remember that even if it's behind some big brand, there is a person who's running an account, and be nice. No reason to be mean. This star turned into a really chunky star because it just kept getting bigger. That's okay though. Thank you guys so much for the emails. I'm just getting one after another. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I'll probably follow up on Discord as well for anybody who missed the stream to just say hey, if you want to be a part of the launch team, send me an email. But you guys are the exclusive ones, so maybe I'll use you as a test to send out the email, and you can tell me if I sound like I'm a little too weird. Just say yeah or nah. Yeah, you're a little too weird. Nah, you're fine. I think we would all love that if we just had somebody in our lives to tell us you're being a little weird. And then we could reel it back. Or we could make it more, because I feel like sometimes the world needs that. You know what? I'm weird, not proud. All right, 3 stars? What do you think? Should we do... I'm going to do 2 more. I told myself this in my head, so I'm telling you. D says, agree for no reason. Yeah, agree. No reason to be mean. Agreed so much. Thank you, Kendall, for putting my email out there. Again, it's just my name @gmail.com. Ren says, Little Prince Bunny, the scarf. Oh my gosh, the Little Prince. Oh, I really want to watch that movie again. And I should read the book, I believe. There's a book of it, right? Yeah. Jake says, I want to help all Anna Davis chords. Yes. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, you guys. Launch team is go. Okay. I'm gonna put one little star up here. I say little and it's gonna become a monstrosity. It's fine. How is everybody else doing, by the way? If there's anything you want to promote, we have a specific channel in the Discord for that, but also I'd love to hear about it. Just because I spent so long just promoting what I was doing. So, your turn. Go. Kendall's starting a Patreon soon. That's very exciting. Are we all on board for that? I am. I am so excited for that. Also, Ryan Selvey has been doing a lot of stuff over on, how do you say it? I've heard it said multiple ways. Ko-fi? Coffee. That place. So if you didn't know, there's yet another way to support Ryan Selvey. He also has subscriptions here on Behance, which are awesome. You should definitely check those out. Let's see. What else? Do I know of any other things that you guys are popping off on? Go check out the APAC streams that are over on Behance. Kind of like right here. Unless you're watching on YouTube. In which case, go over to Behance and watch the APAC streams. Is there an upcoming one, Dark Hours? Let's see. Rin says there's amazing collaboration in a game I play where you can follow a short story about the Little Prince. That is so cool. Kendall says I've read the Little Prince in French and English. You can read in French? What? That's amazing. I have a giant fabric project that I got, which is one of the only A's in French class I ever got. A fabric project? Can I see that? Is there like evidence of this? Please share with the class. D says, exciting news, would like to sign up. Rin says, I'm thinking about fundraising for art supplies. Oh my gosh, please, seriously. I feel like that should be a thing. Also, I just saw, I think it was a TikTok about a craft store in Portland that's basically like a thrift store for crafting supplies. I want to say it was called Scrap. So maybe look into that, because that could be awesome, not just for painting supplies, but for any art supplies. But I mean, seriously, art school is not just expensive in tuition. It is an expensive thing to get art supplies of all kinds, which is unfair. I might, if you were interested in it, talk to the teacher about like, do I have to get this supply if it's like excessively expensive? There could be a cheaper option, and most teachers are like, yeah. If you can't afford the paint, then like get whatever paint you can afford. We just want you to learn how to paint. Jake says Ryan Selvey, yes. Kendall says I was not good at French, lol, but the project was an A+. You know, you're an A+. A for effort, always. Kendall says, and it is still in my stuff in my closet. I can't read it anymore because I don't remember my French, but it was fun. That is so cool. And Jake says I can read in a French accent. Oui, mon ami. Jake, we need more funny voice videos from you on TikTok. I think that would be very, very fun. Ratata. Kendall says, let me clear the desk of water so I don't kill my computer first. Please do. And also, I would love to see if you have anything on Paint Along for the what you're working on with gouache. Okay, so what did we learn from our second envelope? Here's our first one. Here's our second one. Honestly, I like the bunny more in the first one. The long limbs on this one I don't mind, but the front legs, if the front legs were gone, I'd like it a lot more, I think. Also, our cranky moon is funny. I think the placement of the clouds on this one is a little bit more dreamy for some reason. This one, it feels a little bit like weird. Maybe I can fix that. I think maybe just one off the side here would do something. A little better? Now it's at least asymmetrical. It's not 2 and 2. I'm gonna cough. Oh, golly. Okay, let's see here. Rin says scrap is a lot of fun. Oh, you've been there. That's awesome. Also, there's a store I want to check out called I've Been Framed. That's hilarious. I love a good pun name. You know, chiropractic clinics, they really got the lion's share of those kind of places. Jake says, I'll think about it. My voice has been mostly gone since Christmas. It's almost back to normal. Oh, I'm so sorry. Darn it. Just, you know, too much screaming. It's a screaming good time. Okay, so let's do a smaller moon, Anna. Do you agree? Yes, I agree. Okay, middle. I'm gonna do careful, careful. Oh, I've squanched it a little bit. It's okay. The ends are the only part that like really need to be careful. The rest of this can kind of fill out on either side of the line, so it's not super important that it's perfect. And honestly, you get that it's a moon. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is the most important thing I've ever done in my life. Or maybe it is. Maybe this is the one thing they'll remember me for. I saw something, you know, there's been a lot of art talk. I feel like it's been nonstop ever since AI art stuff popped off. And one thing I saw today was that somebody said if there was nobody left on the earth, if there was just, it was you and all your art supplies, would you still make art if no one was ever going to see it? And then they said, if it's a yes, you're making this for fun. You're just doing this for you. So make it fun. And I mean, I think that's always an appropriate reminder because a lot of us get caught up in the other parts of creation, which are sharing and judgment and all that stuff that's not actually the making of the thing. It's so funny because it was actually very appropriate for what I was doing the last few days. I've been procrastinating so hard on this email, the launch team email that I've been talking about. It has been literal months of me like productive procrastination kind of stuff happening. And so one of the things that I did the last few days, productive procrastination, was I painted. I painted with my acrylic gouaches and I made several different pieces, not necessarily done pieces, but like I got them out. And I didn't really like them. I'm actually gonna, I think, make a post for Patreon about it because I didn't like the outcome. But you know what I loved? The act of painting them. It was so much fun to just bust out my paints and make a thing. And I feel like that is in ways a good thing, and yet my brain is still telling me it's a bad thing because I want to love what I made. I want to feel like, wow, I made this and I'm so proud of it and it's like worth all the time and effort put into it. And the materials, still have a hard time getting over materials. That's why I love cheap materials. I can just be like, well, that was nothing. It's fine. But anyways, the idea that you have to make something pretty is always going to weigh on creators, I feel like. Or not necessarily something pretty, but something that you like, that you find valuable. And that's not always going to happen. So I'm just, you know, continually learning that lesson and trying to deal with it. So that's why I want to make a Patreon post about it, because I feel like one of the driving forces for me to make stuff that I like the look of is Patreon. I want to show you guys like, oh wow, this is really beautiful and I want to share it. But it's not always beautiful. And that's just a reality. Sometimes you spend a lot of time on something that doesn't turn out good, and that's totally fine. And sometimes it doesn't turn out good in your perspective and somebody else likes it. So you never really know where it actually lands. It's like art dysmorphia. Anyways, that was my thought. So I wonder how you guys feel. Have you created something that you didn't like lately? Maybe it's a good thing. And maybe it doesn't have to be good or bad. Maybe it's just, it is. Whoa, this is a long cloud. That's one of the reasons that I really love these envelopes is they are so simplistic in the approach. They are white on brown, so there's not a lot of opportunity to like go way crazy with it. And then another thing is just they are going to be what they are. Once you put down the mark, you don't really erase it. It's just there. So you either work with it and try to change it a little bit, which in that case, sometimes it could get even worse. Or you just accept like, okay, there are imperfections here. Embrace. Zwoop. Okay, so here we go. We've got the bottom curve. What do you think? I always try with these also to get down a method of like how to break down the shapes. So which shape do I start with first? Which do I change? Like here, I'm going to give a little bit more room to where the neck connects to the head. But in general, the shape of the body is like these curves and then just a little thickness in between to connect them. That thickness. Yeah. Let's see here. Productive procrastination. Jake says, oh wait, Elisandra says, don't forget monkey paws. I need to do that. I'll do that right after this. Jake says, I don't know what it was. All the tests were negative, but I got some kind of virus around Christmas where I had a really bad cough, which most likely became bronchitis. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Kendall says, Le Petit Prince art is in Paint Along. Awesome. Jake says, that's wonderful. I'll take all of the art you don't like, Anna. All right, it's on its way. Kendall says, I just posted part of it because it's like 10 pages long. I don't know how I wrote journal entries in French, but I did somehow. Now all I remember is hello and I'm tired. Hello, I'm tired. Hi, tired. Are you, oh golly, I can't even do the dad jokes. Hi, tired. I'm dad. There we go. Wow. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna finish the head and then we will do ooh ooh ah ah. Monkey powers. Zwoop. Nice big eye. Open for business. That eye is open for business. Zwoop, zwoop, zwoop. If I were to make these into like a painting, actually honestly this could be a really cute painting, but I would love to give this bunny little blushy marks. It's one of my favorite things to do. Zwoop, zwoop. Okay, that's a cute bunny. I have to say, I like that shape. It's missing a tail. Little nubbin. Oh, so cute. Okay. I'm going to do monkey paws first, and then we will put in the scarf. Okay, okay. Hey, you guys get a different perspective on monkey paws today. Let's see here. Monkey paws is a hand stretch. I would love for you to be involved with this hand stretch, so I'm going to give you a step-by-step instruction. I think we have a monkey paw screen, but I can't guarantee it's going to be... Okay, it's just this. All right, I'm going to go back to the other one so you can see like from the front and the side. All right, so first step, we put our hands out in front of ourselves, fingers to the sky, palms away, and then we curl our fingers into what we call a monkey paw. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Good job. Second pose, we put our fingers to the ground, palms towards ourselves, and then curl them in. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Good job. Then we flip our hands out, palms away, fingers down, and then curl our fingers in. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Good job. Good job. Then fourth pose, we put our fingers to the sky, palms towards ourselves, and then we curl them in. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. Great job. We repeat these poses around 10 times, holding for a little, just like a second each, to get a nice stretch in our wrists and our tendons. And if it feels like pain at all, just stop immediately, ice your arms and rest them. This is definitely a stretch, so it's meant to prevent some carpal tunnel and arthritis, things like that. We use our hands for so much, and we really want to repay them by taking care of them, maybe do some preventative care. Today is also a perfect time to remind you to try to get an ergonomic setup if you can. I have little things like on my stylus, there's like a fatter tip to hold on to. I've been looking into getting that for my crochet hook as well, because my crochet hooks are super tiny. So it could be literally anything that you hold, like your Apple Pencil. Even this paintbrush could use a fatter holder and it would be better for my hand. Also get a good chair. I'm reminded of this right now because my chair broke, unfortunately. It's at its lowest setting right now. I'm really short. But that's okay for now. It's just for the future. Like, I can't really use my Cintiq comfortably right now, which is why I've been painting traditionally and using the iPad more, which right now I'm totally happy with. But anyways, yeah, getting a good setup can prevent a whole lot of stuff in the future. So try as much as you can to invest now in just your health and yourself. Please and thank you. All right, once we're done, we're going to shake out our hands to loosen them back up. And then I like to do a few shoulder rolls to loosen those up. And then we've got some neck stretches. So we're going to start with putting one of our ears as high as we can on one side. Reach for the sky. And then flop on over to the other side. Listen, think, and then flop on over. And then one more time. And then we're going to look as far as is comfortable to each side. So over there. And then over there. And back again. And one last time. Woo! Good job. All right, I'm going to stand out and shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. Dance, 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 dance. Okay. Also, remember to drink water. It's a good time to drink water. All right, now I'm gonna get through some comments. I've been so curious what you guys are saying. Okay. Rin says, "Oh no, Jake. I hope that you feel better now, and if not, that your recovery goes smoothly. Same, same, same. So sorry, Jake, that you're sick." Elisandra says, "Oh no, Jake. I'm sorry. My mom got that too. Hope you feel better." I heard a ton of people getting sick in December. It sucked. Jake says, "Much better now, Rin. Thanks. Still a lingering cough. I'm so sorry." Rin says, "There is something that either my instructor said last semester or both, and that's not all art we create will be good. We have to make bad art to make good art." Exactly. It's so important when learning new skills to do that, and it's kind of it's stupid. I feel like I'm in like the middle part of my career. Like it's going to be a sandwich, you know? But there's like the early part when you're like learning a lot of your techniques and where you want to be in the industry, then working, and then the end of your career, which what is that? I don't even know. But right now I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle. And in that way I get comfortable sometimes, and comfortable in the idea that I know what I'm doing. That's why it's even more crushing sometimes when you draw a hand and it looks really bad. And that's stupid. I'm learning just the same as anyone else. Like, I haven't drawn a hand in years. Why would I think I could do that just so well off the cuff? It's one of those things that, like, it's not necessarily that I got an ego about it. It's just in the back of my mind, I felt like I was, like, I don't know, able to do certain things. And it's kind of lovely to just get rid of that and just say, like, no, just bring it back to zero and say you can make certain things, but it's like half preparation, half luck. And you're just kind of finding your way. I think everybody at some point will need that kind of reminder, and I'm getting it right now. Jake says, "You probably talked about this, but this surely is inspired by the Lunar New Year." Yes, indeed it is. I also made a postcard that was last month's, that was this little bunny with a bunny blanket, and it perfectly lined up. I didn't even know it was going to be rabbit themed for the new year, but it worked out perfectly. So I felt like I kind of wanted to keep going with it. I've been seeing so much beautiful Lunar New Year art that I was just inspired. Let's see. Rin says, "I know I've heard it before, but it truly resonated with figure studies when we were doing them last semester." Figure studies are one of those things, man. They will humble you to your core and are so valuable to learn from. Like, they're just wonderful and also frightening. Jake says, "That's the only words you really need, right? Hello, I'm tired." Exactly. It's all she needs in France. Jake says, "I'd probably do 400 drawings in my figure drawing gesture drawing courses in college, and I was happy with 10 or less." Exactly. I think that was a story from, I think it was Glenn Keane, that he showed his portfolio to them at Disney, and he kept in his figure drawing pages, and they said, "The only thing we liked in the portfolio is like this one figure drawing, which was a continuous flow line one that was very minimal." And they said, "Go to a place and just draw a bunch like this." So he went and did a bunch of just really simplistic as he could get, figure drawings with really strong flow lines going through the figure. And they loved it and hired him. And if you don't know Glenn Keane, he is one of the best animators at Disney. He creates beautiful, gorgeous artwork and just effortless looking people and characters, creatures. So yeah, figure drawing is great. It works. But it really does come down to understanding the core of it, which is, you know, you can say like, "Oh yeah, I drew a figure. Success. Yay, I did it." But is it really getting the essence of all that a figure gives you? Like the attitude, the posture, the motion, the everything about it can be so much. And I'm not saying that to make it like a comparison thing, because I do think art is in the eye of the beholder and all that, but also trying to get to the essence of what figure drawing is about, I think, is trying to get to the essence of what the body can show, which is so much. So much can be shown just by like a person. Anyways, that was enough of a rant. Jake says, let's say, the sweater is so cool. That sweater. Oh, thank you. My Flopsy sweater. It's so comfy. I love it. James, I think, said it reminded him of Appa because of the white on top. And I always call it my pumpkin sweater because it's like a pumpkin. I don't know. Can't describe. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. There we go. Kendall says, I need an ergo chair one of these days. Please do get one. And this is me, but faces. I'm always both excited and disappointed by how far I've come drawing wise. Yup. Alessandra says, y'all, I have to study for this big exam so I can become a licensed mental health therapist, and it's so hard. Is there any way we can help you with this? I'm so sorry that it's very difficult. And it's for March. Okay, you've got some time though. Which I know for me, if I have more time, sometimes it's like, well, I'm going to put it off until it's a thing I have to deal with, which is very ADHD. Okay, so let's put in this scarfy scarf. Whoop. Gotta have a big trailing scarf for it to be fun. Also, on this one, I added like little fringe at the end. I think I like that. And I would totally color it in as a solid scarf. However, I feel like that would obviously like get lost on the bunny. So what I'm doing is making it empty. What do you call that? Ooh, there we go. And then I can change a little bit of this shape right here. We can round it out a little bit. What I want really is just a taper so that it's not parallel lines on the edge of the scarf. Oops. Kind of drawing away some of the ink, so I'll go back in with my brush. All right, that's a cutie. I like that bun. Let's go in and add some stars. Like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Zoop. There's a star. I think I want one on this overlap, and then I'll put one higher as well. I'm shaking. Oh, shaking with anticipation. No, it's just whenever you hold something out, it's not as stable as like against a surface or something. So I'm trying to show you guys, so it's my own fault for the camera angle. And then another little star up here. I think I'll make this a 6-pointed one. Zoop, zoop. There we go. Oh, I can smell the focaccia. It's gonna be so good. I think tonight we might make some sandwiches with it. What do you have planned for dinner? Anything exciting? We're getting to the end of our grockeries, so we're gonna have to go shopping this weekend. Zoop, zoop, zoop. All right, there we go. What do you think? 4 stars, or should I add a 5th? I feel like the balance is pretty good right now. If I add the dot dots, then maybe that'll make it feel complete. Oh, that was a big old dash. You can somewhat erase when it's fresh, but not like really intensely. It's fine though. When these guys go through the mail, they get pretty beat up, so I don't expect them to be like completely pristine. Or perfect by any means. Again, this is just an extra. This isn't even a reward I offer for Patreon. It's just what I do. So if it went away, or if it was like not as pretty as it could be, like nobody's missing it anyway. It's all good. There we go. I think most successful one yet. What do you guys think? I think this kind of space is a little awkward, so I'm gonna just close it up a little bit. Maybe it needs to be more, I don't know, on one side. Yeah, I think that's better. Overall, not as distracting. Whoop. What do you think? What do you think? Sometimes oh golly, now I'm getting into it. Sometimes the brush strokes can get a little distracting, so I'm like, I can go in there and fix them. Fix them to all ends. Blah. Alessandra said I had chicken wings and yuca, or yucca, how do you guys say it? And brown rice. Yum, that sounds delish. I had fake chicken for lunch, so we're buddies on that. Jake says, I feel like I should be able to see the camera in your other camera, but do not. It is, the base of the thing is like right here. Let me see. I have my window set up in a horrible way. I can't see the whole frame. There we go. So you see that little black bit? That's the base of the tripod that is this webcam. So there you go. Also, right here, that's the base of the thing that's holding this camera. Ain't that just the way? I got it just on the edge of the frame. Jake says I need to go get groceries after I get off work. Oh my gosh, yes. I promised my 7-year-old we could get McDonald's for dinner. Oh baby. What did I just hear about McDonald's? There was something about it. I can't remember. Man, what was that? So many things happening. I can't keep track. Okay, new moon. Wow, this is our smallest moon yet. But also our least hesitant, I feel like. That's good, right? I think that's the key. Okay, so I start with a C that's like halfway, and then I can add the little thinner edge right here. I think that's the move, so I can have like one thing to concentrate on at a time. If I'm trying to make it like the perfect one first brush stroke, then it's always going to be imperfect. Oh no. I thicked it up. I thicked it up. Oh, get it back. Get it back. I feel like this is another grumpy moon. We'll add a little more chunk on the end. Sorry, I'm blocking you. Yeah? Okay, that's not too bad. It doesn't look the worst on camera. Like, this is awkward, but meh. What can you do? Jake says, focaccia bread. Alessandra says, what's that, Annie? You said you have something in the oven? I missed it. Oh, yeah, it was focaccia. You missed the focaccia? Oh, my gosh. Kendall says, I'm still planning dinner. We might be going to H Mart. If we do, that we're also off to try a little new mochi donut place. Yum, that sounds great. Oh, my gosh. Share with the class. Jake says, oh, okay, movie magic. My wife was telling me about the exam, Alessandra. She will have to take it too. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck to everybody taking this test, apparently. Also, the mochi donuts. Tell me how they are, Kendall, because there's a place near us that does them. Oh, I'm so excited. There's another place near us that just opened that is a Korean corn dog place, and I want to try it real bad. It's got all sorts of different coatings that aren't like the traditional corn dog ones, and then also they have options like, you know, hot dog inside, or you could have cheese, just a stick of cheese that's deep fried in some kind of outer coating. And then there's a veggie dog, which I am very excited about, because if you don't know, I'm vegetarian, and not all places cater to that, so I'm excited whenever there's a new food that I get to try. And that is like so close to where we live. I am very excited for it. I told James one day and he was like, yeah, we could try that out sometime, and I'm like, yes, treat for me. Well, one of the big things is also it's very inexpensive, which is the best price. So usually when I want to try a new food thing, it's like, oh, that's pricey. Ooh, well, I guess we won't do it. And then this comes along and I'm like, yes, cheap, new, exciting. Yes. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yeah. Also, it's kind of on our way to where we usually go for groceries, so very exciting. I'll tell you how it is if it's amazing. And if it's only so-so, I'll tell you it's only so-so. And if it's horrible, I won't say anything. I don't like leaving negative reviews. I feel like maybe this guy needs... I kind of like how it flows in on the side, but I'm tempted to make like another bloop. I think I'll go with the flow, but I need it to go with the flow. Ah! Yeah, yeah. A little more up. Sound good? Sound good. Zangief, you are not bad guy. Okay, here we go. Cloud Atlas in your face. Zwoop. Meow. Meow. All right. And then a little guy, I think, higher up. Just a little guy. Little friend. What did we name the focaccia loaf? Like Benedict? Benedict Jr. That's the name of that. Alexandra says, what is mochi nut? Sounds delicious. From what I understand, it's a, if you know what mochi is, it's like a chewy rice, usually exterior to something interior. Like it has ice cream or red bean paste on the inside, something sweet usually. And the mochi coating is like glutinous sticky rice flour. So it makes this really chewy, almost jelly-like kind of thing. It's very satisfying to bite through. If you haven't had mochi ice cream, try it. So imagine that, very chewy, combined with a donut, where it's like fried dough, probably like a brioche kind of fluffiness, but then you make this chewy mochi with the fluffy fried, and it just makes amazing. And usually they're like, I don't know how to, here, oh, I did it. I did the thing. It's okay. So the shape is like a bunch of little circles all connected. Like that. So it's kind of like this, I don't know, ring of rings or circles or like mini donuts, I guess. And then they're all, you know, deep fried and all that goodness, and then glazed in something. And usually the glaze is something colorful and beautiful. And they just look so good. I have never had one. I know what mochi's like. I know what donuts are like. So in my head, it's amazing. But Kendall's gonna give us the lowdown and tell us if it's actually amazing. And if anybody else in the comments has actually had a mochi donut, tell us. What was your experience like? What would you liken it to? Paint us a word picture. Okay. Let's see, y'all. Kendall says yes to what Anna says. That's just binding contract forever, Kendall. Elisandra says, I had a mochi ice cream before. It was amazing. Some of my favorite memories in life, but it really was a great time, was when Anthony and James and I would go to H Mart and we'd get some treats. One of those things being some mochi ice cream, and then we would take it to a park near my parents' place and just walk around a little bit and eat our mochi ice cream on a bench while watching all the geese in the water and like the nutria and stuff. And it was just so idyllic. I love it. I love it so much. I want to go back and do that sometime. Okay, bunny time, right? Yeah, this is the pressure. Pressure's on. Pay attention, Anna. This is your life. This is very important. If I mess this up, consequences, baby. Consequences. And there's a line that's over the moon. A little dog laughed to see such a sport. It was a bunny. It landed soon. I've been dreaming in children's book ideas lately. I like woke up in the middle of the night and had an idea, and then I thought, I'll write that down when I wake up. And I only just now remembered having it. I don't remember what it was about at all. Maybe it'll come to me if I really think about it, but that is the scourge of the brain, right? Is like, oh, I had this fully formed idea and it's brilliant and it works and all that stuff. And then, what was it? Wow, this is a big bunny head. Maybe I need to elongate these arms a little bit. Look at that big bunny head. It's like a little astronaut right now. That would be cute. Put a little astronaut helmet around it. Do you think a scarf could hold on an astronaut helmet? In Fantasyland it can. Why not? Swoop. Yeah? I think it needs a little thicker body. Thick it up. Let's put a big old eye right there. I haven't been thinking much about eye placement, but suddenly I did when I put that eye there. I'm like, is that where I want it to be? But, you know, we could always compare all of them and see which one feels the most right. I like the little, like, oval shape of this head. Look at that guy. Earless bun bun. Or just, like, a really interesting looking alien right now. Its single eye gazes into your soul. Oh, it's a bunny. Hop, hop. It says, give me the carrot. Give it to me! Not the best, but not the worst. Okay, okay. Star time. There's a star man waiting in the sky. He's actually a bunny, but you don't know why. Oh, sorry, I'm like itchy in the back. Rin says, I haven't tried them yet actually, but I've had my fancy corn dogs though. Fancy corn dogs. Is that different than Korean corn dogs? I wonder. Kendall says mochi can be savory or sweet or savory, by the way, and definitely make sure you get a sweet if you're expecting sweet. That, yeah, definitely. They're more commonly thought of when sweet, just FYI. I thought you said neutron, then I realized it was nutria and and you know, neutron stars. It's fine. It's fine. We just saw neutron stars at the park. I love that park so much. It's so good. So many good memories. But also, what was I gonna say? Yes, so the sweet and savory mochi. I've never had savory mochi actually. I've never even seen it, so I would love to try that. I love a good savory bun. Oh my gosh, like some good bao. Oh, I actually made some not too long ago. There's a little gnat, sorry. But you know, obviously me making it from home is not necessarily the best. It's not like authentic or anything. Stop it, Nat. Why? So I would love to get some. I remember probably my best bao experience was at dim sum down in San Francisco. Oh my god. That was great. I would love to go get some dim sum sometime. It is quite the experience though. We went on like a Sunday morning. There were so many people. Oh my gosh. But worth it. Worth it for the food. I could brave a crowd even with my social anxiety just to get that bao. Get it. Honestly, I've been craving so my neighbors made this, it was like a boiled dumpling of some kind. And I saw a TikTok of them boiling a dumpling, which usually when I make any kind of dumplings or gyoza, I fry it and then steam it, and they're amazing because then you get the crispy side and then you get like the chewy side. But I really want it in like some kind of soup. That sounds delicious to me. I don't know. There's something about that that just like is tickling my brain lately. So I want to find out exactly what I'm thinking of and then have it, because I swear my neighbors made something like that and I loved it. And I think the wrappers were like extra thin because when I make stuff with like usual gyoza wrappers, it's not necessarily like, it's kind of chewier and not as delicate as what I remember having at their house. So I need to find something that's like that. I have to recreate my childhood. This is what my entire adulthood is about. I remember for years searching after this one sandwich that I had in Portland with my mom one time. And I think honestly, the flavor that I was looking for was just mayonnaise because I don't think we had mayonnaise at my house very often. So it was one of those things where I was like, that tasted amazing. What was it? And for years I just like didn't know. And then I finally had a sandwich with mayo on it and I was like, oh, that's the taste. But I think it was kind of like a combination of the bread and the mayo because the bread was very distinct as well. Anyways, it was a journey and now I've lived that journey and it's over. Do you guys have any food memories where you're like, oh my gosh, that one food that I chased after for years? So I don't love the way this curved, but everything else I'm pretty happy with. Yeah, yeah. Not too bad, not too shabby. At least we're not getting horribly done, like, worse. Savannah says, Bunny, very cute. Thank you. Paige was asking what type of ink. This is a white ink. It's a Winsor Newton calligraphy ink. So if you want to get yourself some, I'm almost out of this bottle. Excuse me. So I will have to get some more. Kendall says, I think Din Tai Fung makes a good ones. Ones of what? I have to see. Dumpling soup. I need dumpling soup. Also, I've heard a lot about Din Tai Fung. I can't remember if that's a local place to somewhere or if that's everywhere. Tell me more. Let's see. Alessandra says, it's only been like 90 minutes and I've started 2 projects and abandoned them and started new 2. You know, yeah, that sounds about right. Alessandra says, I hope you'll be able to finish the projects. You know, I hope that you have fun making them. That's really the goal right now. All right, so we made 4 of these guys. I bet we can make all of them before the end of the time. I'm getting faster. I'm getting faster. And there's no Fakasha in our way, so. Kendall says, I will probably finish them at some point. It might be a month or 2, but I'll try. Lol. There's 2 locations in Oregon, according to their website. Oh, you don't have to look that up for me. Thank you so much, though. It's on the West Coast, but not here in Colorado. That's so sad. Dark Hour says, Din Tai Fung is international. We have them here, too. Ooh. Okay. Should we have a Din Tai Fung eating party? I would be down for that. Except Kendall's not invited because Colorado's not invited, apparently. Darn it. I'll have to send you some, Kendall. Okay, moon. Let's start. Sun and moon. Can you see the difference in lighting since we've started? Whew. The world, it is a changin'. Although I have to say I'm so much happier now that the sun is up till like, I don't know, 5:30, 6-ish. No, probably closer to 5:30. But it is so much better than when it was just like, by now it would be pitch black. And that just makes me sad. Definitely got that season effective, all that stuff. Because, man, I noticed that, like, I'll just call it a day so much earlier and be like, well, I just live in the darkness, so might as well give up. Ugh. But it's okay. No giving up here. What we're doing today is we're making stuff and just keep on moving regardless of whether it's what you're quote-unquote supposed to be doing. That's my goal, at least. That's why, man, productive procrastination is just like my jam. I get so much done without doing what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so we've got that side. I'm loving how like fast those warbles go. It's funny because one of my a few of my first envelope designs, I feel like they consisted of like waves and things like that, like these little edge pieces being just organic lumpies or something, and it's still one of my favorite things to do. I do love it, gotta say. So if you ever want to just, hey, Kendall was talking about sending thank you cards to people. If you want to add a little something, decorating the envelope, one of the easiest ways is just like make the corners fancy. And it adds that little touch of like, ooh, extra. It's also just really soothing to the brain when you figure out like, oh, this is just an abstracted shape that's like this. And then you're just painting shapes. There's definitely something in our little brains that is like, yes, I like making shapes. Maybe it goes back to like elementary school art class where you're just like, square, circle, fun. Whoop. Can you see? Yeah. It's getting to the point where it's darker for me. Like I gotta point these lights better. Let's try. Whoa! Blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Pew, pew, pew. Three? Honestly, it feels like a good amount right now. We'll see. We'll see when we end it. We can always add more. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, I warbled a little bit because I wasn't stable. Eh? Oh, it's a thick leg, baby. Everybody remember to drink water. Honestly, now it feels like it's more intense, like dark to light. Maybe the camera autofocuses or something and it becomes harder to see. I don't know. Anyways. Jake says, thick buns. Oh, and Ryan Selby's in the chat. Remember to drink what? What's that word? Water. Is that the secret word today or something? Ryan says, because the sun was out, we had a spontaneous trip to a nearby city park that has a goldfish pond and several plants we could identify for class. That is so cool. I love that. What was the park called? I want to go to Goldfish Pond. Love it. That is awesome. Ecology classes are so much fun. I remember having one and we went to Forest Park, which is a common like hike spot in Portland. And we took out a bunch of ivy from Forest Park, which it desperately needs. It is so overtaken by English ivy. It's ridiculous. And they brought out this ivy vine that had grown for 50 years, and it was no joke, like that big across. And they said when they sawed it off the tree, it actually cracked off with how much pressure it had holding against it, and it had such a loud boom that they could hear it for miles. Amazing. But also scary, because man, that invasiveness, it's crazy. Okay. Here we are, painting a bun. Hey, Ryan, by the way, we're painting a little Lunar New Year's bunny on the envelopes for this month's Patreon goodies. So here's a headless bunny jumping over the moon. Rin says, what? And Jake says, what? I was drinking some water. Oh my gosh. I love it. Joe has to go. Bye. See you, dark hours. Have a great night. Also, do we have gotta head out, babes? But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your stream and a great day. Okay, awesome. And shout out whenever there's the next APAC stream. We love to see ya. Rin says, I love it so much. Yes, we have weekly sit spots and went to the Audubon for mine. Ooh, Audubon, so fun. Jake says, BRB. See y'all. Ryan says, love when Rin and I are both in the chat. Chaos! I know, Rin, Ryan. Ryan says, that's what I was saying. One of those is coming to me. And Kendall spontaneously thought of another project. Oh my gosh, so many projects. Ryan says, as long as my post office worker doesn't use it as toilet paper again. Clearly it was a dog ate your homework kind of situation, okay? The dog just came up and was like, Rawr! Well, it's better than Jake's was stolen one time. And then one of my neighbors out here in Portland area, they found it and, well, the discarded remains, and told me like, hey, by the way, this didn't get to whoever you were sending it to. And man, I was grateful. But yeah, anyways, it's a terrifying world out there for these little envelopes. You never know what's going to happen to them. You send them off with all the good hopes in the world, and sometimes they're just torn asunder. But hey, it's just the way of the world. Don't steal mail. It's not a victimless crime. I think they assume that like money is inside or something, but no, just some artwork. I hope they have it like framed in their home. And they're like, yeah, I stole from her. Yeah. But, you know, that's okay. Jake got another one, so we're all good. That's really all I care about, is I just want to send stuff to you guys, so as long as that happens, is all good. Alright, so here's a little bun, Rabot. And we're going to put a scarf on him. That's why there's that gap there. But we're going to add some stars first. Night skies like shooting stars. Did I already sing that song today? Okay, we need a new one. A falling star fell from your heart and landed in my eye. Ow! Guess what that song is, and who is it by? 10 points in the chat if you get it. Also, that person who sang that song, I did a animatic to one of their other songs, and I still remember that as being one of my favorite projects that I did. and it was very past due. Luckily, I really loved that teacher, and she apparently loved me, so she was fine with it being late. She was like, "This is very unique." I was like, "Thanks." What does that mean? No, she was awesome. But it wasn't necessarily like an animation class. It was I think, video editing class, and I decided to make it about animation. Because I was in animation. Whatever, sue me. Don't sue me. I don't want to go to jail. No. Unless you can, I don't know. I think about this sometimes. I'm like, what about in jail if you could just make artwork and not worry about life? Is that how dystopian this life is? Is like, oh yeah, we could finally do what we want if we're imprisoned. Which I know is totally not the case, and I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just, the thoughts that come to you in the middle of the night. Okay, let's put a scarf on it. Do you guys remember that Portlandia bit of like, put a bird on it? Put a scarf on it. Let's see. Kendall says, I love animatics. Same here. Unicorns versus Narwhals animatic is my favorite one. Oh my gosh, I need to see that. Ryan says, I didn't know you did animatics. I would love to see your stuff move. Oh, it was way back in the day. I haven't made stuff move in quite a while. Alessandra says, oh wow, that's not good, Ryan. Yeah, that happened to me with another product. It was so bad they resent me 2 new ones. Yes. You should always be reset stuff if it's like, I don't know. It sucks because it's not really the fault of the sender or the receiver. It just is a sad thing to lose something in the mail, or not necessarily lose, but like have something destroyed in the mail. So I, as the sender, will always reimburse or whatever, whatever way I can. But it sucks because it's like, man, I didn't ask for that to happen. They didn't ask for that to happen. It just happened. Ugh. Dumb. Ooh, I made an extra swoopy on this one. Look at that. Twisty, twisty. Definitely feels very Le Petit Prince. Princesse. How do you say prince in French? Kendall, tell me more. Oh, he hit the top, but, say la vie. I think we need a few more stars right here, a little bit closer to him. And yeah, other than that, I kind of like it. I mean, it's not my favorite bunny, but I think that's the thing. It's like, hey, we're not going to always have everything we love on one of these envelopes. Sometimes it's like, this is my favorite of the moons. This is my favorite of the stars. This one has a really great cloud. And then this one's my favorite bunny. So, hey, out of all these, let's stack them up again. Let's see. I like this bunny. Let's see here. Oh no, this one's my favorite bunny for sure. Look at that guy. That's a perfect bunny. I like him. This one's actually not too bad. He feels very active, almost like we're looking up at his belly. That guy looks like a space ranger. If you're a patron, you're gonna get one of these, so be excited. Get excited about your life. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if we'll get all 9 tonight. We'll see. We've got 10 more minutes. Let's see if we can get another one. Kendall says, I have also shared videos in the Discord. Ooh. Jake says, I had a class like that. It was called Visual Narrative Conventions. I was thinking about that the other day too, Anna. Oh my gosh. Wait, what were you thinking about? Something. Jake says, I will get excited just because you asked. Yeah, that's right. One must be a lazy bunny. Should we do like a little sleepy eye? Because I could totally do that. Jake, do you want yours to have a sleepy eye? This is also a time for patrons to request anything you ever wanted. So if you have a specific design you want me to do on here, I will do it for you. Ryan says, what happens in 10 minutes? Do you turn into a pumpkin? I end the stream, Ryan. And then I turn into a pumpkin because I'm wearing my pumpkin sweater. I mean, all I do is just like, boop. I'm a pumpkin. Did it look like a pumpkin? It did in my head. Probably not quite. Okay. Let us leave. I'm going to do another one, and we're going to do a sleepy eye on this one, just for funsies. Oh, yeah. Jake says, about how maybe if I were in prison, I could do art and literally nothing else. Yeah, yep, that's a thought. Anthony Jackson's in the house saying hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Oh, hey, Anthony Jackson. No problem. There is no late. You are always welcome here. Ryan says that can be as simple as giving it an antenna. Oh my gosh, that's my Patreon request. Giving it. Does that mean okay? I have to sketch it out to make sure I know what you mean. Clarify, clarify. Okay, so we've got some bunnies here. Is antenna like what? What? Do they need like little balls at the end? Like a true alien? Oh golly. Focus, focus. Come on, come on. You can do it. There we go. Is it like that guy? Question mark. Is that for Ryan? Is that what you like? Tell me. Paint me a word picture. Rin says, oh my goodness, so cute. Ryan says, that was the second part of my message. I was making mine an alien bunny, whatever that means to you. Okay, wait, I have to go back. Make mine an alien. Could it have like extra limbs too? Oh my gosh. Rin says, little antenna make me think of a moth bunny. That's adorable. Jake says she is wearing her pumpkin sweater so she can turn into a pumpkin if she wants. It's true. I can do whatever I want. I could be a pumpkin. I could make you ice cream. We could make a sweet tea melting in your ice cream, sport. Okay, let's do an alien one. Okay, I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do a tired one and I'm gonna do an alien one. Just because you guys put those ideas in my head. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lotl. Axolotl. You sure ask a lot of questions. You get it? You get it? Should that be like a visual comic where it's like, but why? But why? But why? And then they say, wow, you sure do ask a lot of questions. And then it cuts to, oh my gosh, there's a hummingbird. Wow. It like went up to my window and looked at me in the face. Hi. Streaming. Okay, so anyways, then you cut to the person who's been asking all the questions and it's an axolotl and they're like, that's racist. No. I thought it was funny, but you know, to each their own. Okay. There's not the best moon, not the worst moon. Isn't that just the theme of today? Not the best, not the worst. It is. I think we should all just default to that quote that Kendall said where it was like, you know, done is good. Wait, what was it? I can't even remember, but I get the sentiment. Finished is good. Extra is extra. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Wow. My brain is clearly winding down. It's like, the stream is over, girl. Get out of here. Like, no, I have to paint these two envelopes. I have to. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Alessandra says, streaming is almost ending. Hummingbird, sorry, coming back next week. Lol. Are you talking to my hummingbird? My hummingbird friend says, oh, okay. I have to look at the schedule. Jake says, I'm almost certain I have seen that comic. Okay. Then I learned how that word is natively pronounced. How is it? Tell me. Oh my gosh, I never knew there was a different pronunciation. Kendall says, done is good, good is extra. There we go. I should get it tattooed. Done is good, good is extra. Done is good, good is extra. Done is good, good is extra. That's the theme of today's stream. Thank you, Kendall. You sweet, sweet thing. We just watched an episode of Samurai Jack the other day. There's one that's like a noir detective, and he's like going through and describing his life, and it's all noir-y and like ooh, rain and moody and kind of like flashback to what do you call it, Blade Runner and things like that. And the whole thing is he's doing a certain task because his dog is in danger, and his dog is named Lulu, and every single time he says Lulu, then he always says sweet thing afterward. So I can't say sweet thing without thinking of that episode now. Lulu, sweet thing. Jake says, I love this stream. I'm so happy I was able to join. Oh, you're so sweet, Jake. I'm so glad you could join. Alessandra says, oh, Anna, lol. And Alessandra is asking, how is Anthony doing? He's doing fine. There's a gnat in my apartment and it's driving me insane. And so Anthony's doing better than I am. He probably doesn't have a gnat. No, he is doing great. We talked about it a little earlier in the stream, but he's taking a break from work right now, so he's actually great. And I think breaks from work should be mandatory for everyone. I feel like there is a certain blessing to being freelance that you can just like decide not to, but also I feel like that should be the default for everyone. So, yay, Anthony. He's doing fine, doing good. And yeah, I don't know if there's any other like news or anything. He came to my dad's birthday. We had pizza and salad and tangerines. Well, actually satsumas. Mom, I had like this big bowl of what do you call it? Clementines. And then she brings the most juicy, succulent, high quality satsumas. Oh my gosh, they were over the top good. The thin skin was just encasing this juice ball. Like they were so good. Oh, you know they're good when they have leaves on them, like on the stem. There's just some like live leaves on there. Oh, so good. I don't know. Like I think that I just appreciate fruit more and more. James has definitely contributed to this too. He's a fruit appreciator, an aficionado. And when you get a good fruit, man, it can just change your day. Like bite into a perfectly ripe peach. That's the life. And I just want more fruit in my life. I'm very sad that it's winter because we have a community garden next to us that we could get fresh berries from very often, if not for the winter. And even up to like just a few months ago when it should not have been producing, there was a raspberry bush that was still going off, and we were like, what the heck are you doing? What are you thinking? Ryan says dinner is ready. I have been summoned. Have a great dinner. Thank you so much for joining us, Ryan. And everybody remember, Ryan is running not only subscriptions on Behance but also Ko-fi, however you say that. Go check him out. Ryan is a good one. Go support. Alessandra says, I don't think she was saying that in combination, Jake. Oh, what was it? Jake says it's more like ash on loach. What does that even mean? Haha, sweet thing. I love that for him. Tangerina salad pizza, you say? Yes, exactly. You know, salad, then pizza, then tangerines. It's very messy. It's very messy but delicious. It's weird to think that your stomach experiences it all together. Because my mouth is like, this, that. Rin says, must head off. Time to get ready and leave for work. Thank you so much for streaming and hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. You're awesome. Ryan says, duh, thanks. Jake says, Ryan is a good bean. Very true. The best bean. Ryan says, I need your advice on that later. You do it so well. Thanks. You are amazing. Rin says, best wish as always. It's like coffee, though. Kofi, I believe. Kofi, I think. I don't know. Yeah? Is that it? I'm going to say Kofi from now on because Rin said so, and then I can always blame you, Rin. But have a great night. I hope to see you guys soon. I am going to continue painting. I think I'll call it after this one, okay? We don't have to do a whole nother one. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been a fun one. I think I'm like losing my voice because I'm talking so much, but you know, it's just the way it goes. We're all going to be voiceless in 2023. That's what I'm learning. We're just going to... And that's fine, right? Who needs talking? We give them something to talk about. I wish the comments would stay because I feel like I missed you guys popping off in the chat about Florence and the Machine, which was the band I was quoting before. And I know that you guys got it. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I wish I could go back and look at the chat on Behance, but it doesn't live afterward like the one on YouTube, which is so dumb because I want to look at your comments. It's one of the downsides for sure of not having Anthony here to like read the chat, is I don't get every single chat, but I really appreciate you guys chatting. So I'm sorry if I missed any of your messages. And if you have any really important questions, feel free to reach out on the Discord or subsequent streams or even email. So whatever you want. I can't guarantee I'll reply in a timely manner because I have brain stuff, but I still want to know if you have a question because maybe there's a chance that I will answer it. Beep. Okay, so the head is going to be a swoop. Oh, it's a big head again. This is the alien one, so it's got to have a big head, obviously. We're going to do this and this. Okay, it kind of looks like a astronaut-y thing. Astronauty. Oh, sorry. My brain. Okay, here we go. Oh, sorry. I've been like in a zone, so I don't know if you guys saw as much. Beep, beep. So we've got ears back here. Whoop. And then, is it time? I think we should add them. Zoop, zoop, alien. I think it's a cute little touch. It's not overbearing. It's not like, oh my gosh, what is that? Although if I added more legs, it would definitely be like, oh my gosh, what is that? But do we want that overbearing? I'm not sure. Needs a thicker body. Thick boy. Alessandra says, ooh, I love Florence and the Machine. Jake says, Florence, the Machine! Oh my gosh, yes. Lol. And Alien Jackalope. Yes, Kendall, exactly. Exactly. I love it. Oh, Kendall, thank you so much for the link wall. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, okay. I'm gonna add a few stars, and then we can say au revoirs. Thank you so much for hanging out once again. What do you guys have planned for tonight? Once again, I am going to be eating that focaccia, and it's going to be amazing, hopefully. I think I will make mine possibly like an Italian one, where it's got like some marinara and some pesto. Maybe some artichoke hearts. Yum. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll just nom on some with artichoke hearts and pesto. I could just do that. Don't have to make it a whole big to-do. But it's gonna be good either way. And you have to have the sacrificial slice, obviously. Whoop. That's a janky star, but that's fine. You know, whatever. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Dot, 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 dot. I have this problem sometimes when I'm dotting stars where I like make a line of them accidentally and then I have to like break them up, but then there's a ton of them. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go overboard. Ain't that just the way? Okay, now let's add that scarf. Whoop. No, I gotta put it down. Sorry. I'm gonna put it right here. I was like, I can paint it up here, right? And I remembered how bad the curve was one time when I did that. By the way, thank you so much, Rin, for these gel pens. They really do save me. Not only with drawing details, but also with writing the names and addresses on there. Whoops, I smudged the star. I'll fix it later. Anyways, here we go. Here's the lineup of, oh my gosh, so many envelopes that we did today. Here's the alien special one. And then we've got blank ones. The painted ones that we did. Whoa, they're falling out. There are so many. Whoa. So thank you so much for being here for this. It was a lot of fun to talk to you guys and paint along and everything. I hope it encouraged you to do some projects of your own. Maybe some traditional painting. Rin. Wait, not Rin. Kendall. There we go. I don't know if that was dirty the whole time, but just cleaned it. So I will see you guys again very soon. Hopefully next week. Let's see. Oh, Taylor just popped in the chat. Hi, Taylor. How are you? Catch me up on everything. What's life like? Kendall says, I'm probably going to go to H Mart and eat mochi donuts. Not difficult. Not official, but likely. That sounds amazing. Taylor Ackerman Wooly. Oh, yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Welcome, welcome. And congratulations. This is the first time we've seen you as Wooly, I believe, if that's how it's pronounced. Anthony Jackson says, I am redesigning one of my characters tonight and eating. Can't forget to eat. Please eat. Don't forget that. Very important. Jake says, thank you so much, Anna. It was great to see you. It was wonderful to see you too, Jake. Thanks for being here. Taylor says, haha, I'm glad I could catch the end of the stream. Sorry it's the end, but yeah, we had a fun time. I also made Fakasha, so if you want to like look back, you can see some Fakasha action and chaos, just pure chaos at the beginning of the stream. Let's see here. Oh, Taylor says I nailed it. Yes. Yes. One in the bank of pronunciation. But I will see you guys again next week on Wednesday, probably, unless something changes. In which case, if there are any schedule changes, just check the Discord, because that will be where I keep you most updated about that stuff. And everybody who sent me emails about being a part of the launch team, thank you so much, and I will get back to you soon about that. And again, my email is just annadaviscourt@gmail.com. Taylor says, ooh, bread. Yes, bread. Bread is good. All kinds of bread. I usually do sourdough, but Fakasha, yum. All right. Have a great night. I will see you in the after party. Remember to get vaccinated or stay vaccinated. I got to get my booster soon, honestly. And be cool. What do I usually say at the end? Be kind to yourself and to others. Remember that you are loved, and have a great night. Or day, depending on where you are in the world. Winter, summer, whatever hemisphere you inhabit, I hope that you have a good one. Kendall says wear a mask. Yes, please wear masks. And maybe get updated masks. Maybe it's time you need some new ones. Taylor says, eat bread. I'm going to leave you with this parting gift. Eat bread. Whoa. Revolutionary. Alessandra says, have you been able to check my Discord? I need to. Yeah. Okay, I will definitely. After this is over, I'm going to pop into your Discord and check it out. Sorry, I haven't yet. It's just a lot of... I have a lot of things to do. And reading a whole Discord, oh my gosh, it's a lot. But I will just check up on it. Kendall says, make up a new one. A new one. Where bread. That's where bread? There bread. Jessica T says, enjoy the focaccia. Thank you. I will. Also, guys, you should try making focaccia. It's incredibly simple, and you can add anything you want to the top of it. Like if you grow some rosemary or if you have some cherry tomatoes, those are my favorites, but you could really make up whatever you want. Jake says, I relate to a lot of ugh. Yeah, that's the thing, is like it's not necessarily one thing, it's just a lot of things that go ugh. My brain and how it interacts with outside things. Oh man. Kendall says, I need to make some bread soon. You really do, Kendall. You've got a bread touch. You gotta produce so that you can get your hands in the dough. All right. Okay. I'm really going. See you later.